Huge honor. I get it. Huge honor.
Hello everybody, I'm Huge Honor, and it's a huge honor to show you the better running mod today. This mod adds a bunch of different modes of how you can run. So, let's go through them. So first of all, we've got the option, if you're wondering, this is the mod configuration menu. There's the link in the description. The first option is override default. This is always on because otherwise your default behavior for running would still persist. So, enable that, so no longer do we have the running in the default Blade & Sorcery game. If you're wondering, the reason why this is annoying is because it determines whether you're running based on your arm movement, but it doesn't matter if you're moving them up or down. Just any vertical movement will make you run. So, for example, let's say you have a two-handed weapon and you're going in for a strike, it would now make you run. And that's really annoying. So, override default, so turn that off basically. Enable two-handed running. If you've tried to run with two hands, it wouldn't work because when you're holding the same weapon, you can't run. So, if you enable that, you will be able to run. No sprinting, or if you do that, no matter how much you try to run, it won't work. And then, now we get to the exciting part. Double tap forward, for example. If I enable that, now if I tap my thumbstick forward twice, then I start running. It's kind of like in Minecraft when you press W twice to start running. And it's much better if you don't want to ruin your thumbstick. Next option is, by the way, you can have multiple enabled. They work in conjunction, but sometimes, for example, if you have auto sprint on, it will always run, so it doesn't really matter. But all the other ones, they kind of work together. So next one is head bounce. This is actually really interesting. The way this one works is, based on your head movement, you will run. So if you don't move your head, you're not running. But if I move my head, as you can see, you're running. Now this sounds silly, but I've actually developed some kind of way to make this really immersive. Let's say you're standing really still, and now you can just bend your knees a tiny bit, acting like you're walking on the spot. You don't even have to lift your feet. And as you can see, my head bobs a tiny little bit, and that's actually enough. You can change the sensitivity here, but by default, this is enough for you to run. So, I walk, and I run. It's so amazing. Better than you expect. Just give it a try. Then auto sprint is basically always sprinting, so I don't have to do anything. I will always sprint. A button is basically pressing in for the stick, if you prefer that. But now you're wondering, hey, normally when I press the button, I will kick. Well, that still works. Hear me out. When you're walking, you don't really want to kick, do you? So when you're walking, it enables sprinting. But if you're standing still, it will kick. So you can still do both things, even when you have that selected. And then incremental, basically just depending on how far you move your stick, the faster you go. It's just a gradual increase. I can move really slowly or really quickly. And then we've also got Naruto run. That's actually quite fun. So how does Naruto run? He puts his arms behind his body and then whoosh, you run. That's quite fun. And then the last one, this is my favorite probably, is default plus. It's basically the same way the default one works by moving your arms like this, but it actually accounts for that you have to move your hands in opposite directions. So, for example, if I was to do this, wah, it doesn't run. But if I actually do this, it does run. And that's about it. I hope you enjoy this mod, and as always, it was a huge honor.